Hey, welcome to Brain and Polder TV, our very first episode. Very exciting. We thought we'd like to change it up for you a bit. Instead of all those emails of newsletters and things that you get in your inbox every day, we thought we'd give you something a little bit more three-dimensional, a chance for us to really connect. And we want to connect with you on a really important question, something that we're being asked all the time at the moment, and that's the question of, is there possibly too much food? And BNP's answer is a resounding hell yeah. We're in trouble of reaching a tipping point at the moment, and that's why we've decided to launch this TV channel. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about one of four areas where we see the problem of food becoming too much in too many developments, be it a university, hospital, shopping centre, mixed use, residential complex, football stadium, markets. It doesn't matter. It's a case of wherever there is food, we are starting to get too much. So there's four areas where we see the issues are revolving around this. First one being about the actual demographics, who our customers are. The second one is around competition and what's actually happening in the area where you're wanting to add more food. Thirdly, the issue of design and the evidence-based criteria that we've been able to assess over the years that's created some really amazing scorecards where we can really identify when development is going to become the one that is built and everyone comes, and when that is going to be compromised and under challenge. And lastly, of course, trends, because the way that the generations are eating is changing, and it's about how we respond to that. So we're going to do a series of episodes for you, 4 minutes each for the next 4 weeks. Today, we're going to start with the one about the demographics. So a couple of things that I want to talk to you about this. There's certainly some people, some consultants and other providers out there in the marketplace at the moment talking about the fact that you can just keep on building as much food as you want because everyone's eating out more often and that's the way of the future. Well, we challenge that, and we challenge that with data. Firstly, when it comes to customers that want to eat out, the groups that are eating out more frequently are the millennials, the tourists and the office workers, of which millennials make up a good portion of office workers, millennials being those aged 25 to 40, currently at the peak of their earning incomes. But for the rest of us, when we average it all out with an ageing demographic and with families that are at home, often hampered with being able to get out, the average for Australians eating outside the home, 2 to 3 times a week. And the average amount that we're spending on dining out, less than $100 a week. Now, for many of you, eating out 2 to 3 times a day is your norm, and spending over $100 a day is not very difficult for you to do when it comes to dining out. But of the 24 million people we have in Australia, we're eating out 2 to 3 times a week on average. That means there's around 60 million meals consumed outside the home in Australia at present. But we currently have 70,000 places that you could choose from to go and have that meal. So when we actually do the divisional math on that, it works out to be 112 customers per day for every single food and beverage outlet that we already have in this country. So when you think about developments with maybe 50 or 60 apartments and you're looking at putting 2 to 3 restaurants in at the very bottom, already the maths doesn't start to match up. So firstly, we've got that issue. Secondly, an ageing population. So definitely the ABS data tells us that after 65, when you've retired from the workforce, your spending on food catering halves, and frequency of dining out also goes down along with that too. And the numbers are moving that we're going to have more retirees than we're going to have workers coming into the workforce as we mature as a nation. So this is all going to have an impact on maybe pushing us over that tipping point of too much food. Last thing is that we're humans, and humans, while there's no limit to how many pairs of shoes that we can go and buy in one day, there is a limit to how many calories we can eat. Recommended dietary intake for calories is around 2,500 calories a day for us. We are, as a 5th most obese nation in the OECD, eating a little bit more than that on average a day. But even just a chicken and avocado schnitzel sandwich at lunchtime is going to use up half of your daily recommended calorie intake. So there is a limit to how many burgers those hipsters can keep on smashing. They're the elements just on demographics. We still haven't even talked about competition, the effects of design, or what's happening in the way that the future generations are going to eat. So already I hope that's given you some food for thought on thinking carefully about how you add food and beverage into your developments. That's what we're here for, to help you with. So please post a comment at the end of this video or hit us up on our website and connect with us if you'd like to talk more about food, because we're very happy to talk to you about food. See you in the next episode. Bye now.